Talking about music.
Okay, what do you want to listen to?
I want to hear something relaxing.
In that case, my new thrash metal CD may not fit the bill.
I was thinking of something like Simon and Garfunkel, something melodious.
The most melodious music I have is by AC/DC. Who's your favorite group then?
I like a lot of pop music, and I love to listen to classical stuff, but no heavy metal.
I don't think I've got much that you will like. Do you like rap and hip-hop?
Terrible stuff. I fail to hear the originality or the point in those styles of so-called music. If you're going to put it that way, put on AC/DC.
Talking about literature.
What are you reading, Tracy?
Macbeth.
Is that the book from the movie?
No, silly. This is Macbeth by William Shakespeare. It's one of his classic tragedies, and it was written hundreds of years ago.
Can I take a look?
Sure.
I can't understand it.
His works were usually written as plays.
But is this English?
Of course! Shakespeare wrote in a stylized form of poetry. It's true to the times in which it was written, but that's not to say that's how people talked back then.
Why didn't he just write it in plain English?
I have a feeling that plain English from his day would still bewilder you.
I think all this is beyond me.
Perhaps you should stick to today's classic literature, like Mad magazine.
Talking about art.
There's an art collection on display this week. We should go and take a look.
What's the medium?
Sculpture. It's a collection of modern Impressionist works.
I'm not that keen on modern art. To me, it all seems like a big con.
Come on, people all need to express themselves artistically.
So what's your favorite form of art?
Music, I guess. But I love painting and drawing. I draw whenever I have spare time.
You should show me some of your work sometime. I'd be very interested to see what you have come up with.
Talking about industry.
It says here, the bubble has finally burst.
Do you mean for the IT industry? It's as strong as ever.
I mean for the .com startups. It used to be that anyone could start an online company, but investor interest has dried up almost overnight.
So, what happens now?
The industry seems to be following the usual trends. A few big players have emerged, and they'll start to dictate the market as they grow stronger. There's still plenty of room for growth, mind you. It's just that it won't be at the level we have been seeing.
So which industries are best for investment?
Mineral exploration, financial institutions, tourism. Maybe one day we'll have a booming space industry. You never know.
Talking about traveling.
I see some plane tickets. Where are you two going?
The Great Barrier Reef.
I've heard of that. Where is it?
Australia.
So how long is the flight over?
Unfortunately, we'll have to stop over along the way, so the total trip will be about 12 hours. I can't wait to get there, though.
So how will you get around in Australia?
They have a pretty good public transportation system over there. I mean, they have all the same things we have: buses, trains, taxis, and so on. It shouldn't be a problem.
When are you coming back?
We'll be back by the 13th. Anyway, I have to pack my suitcase. It's summer there now, so I can pack lightly.
Well, I've got to get going. I need to take the subway to work now, or I'll be late. Take care.
You too.
Talking about mass media.
Sometimes I think television is too biased. None of them are completely objective.
That's unavoidable. But think, how would you keep up to date without television?
Newspapers or the radio, I guess. I just wish TV was more objective.
Look, you can still learn a lot from watching television. You just need to be smart when you're watching. Filter the information and decide if you believe what you are hearing or not.
The internet's a lot worse.
Really? Why?
There's no one moderating it. Anyone around the world can put information onto the net for anyone else to see. The information on the internet is mostly unsubstantiated, and you can never know who has written it or why. A lot of people get conned online.
Again, you need to think carefully. If you don't trust others online, have nothing to do with them.
Talking about education.
Now's an important part of my educational career. I must choose which university to attend.
It's also up to them to accept you, isn't it? How are your marks?
My marks are quite above average, but I'm losing interest in school.
Why?
Because, in many ways, it has nothing to do with working life. I've heard university students complaining about the workload and the pressure, but it's all fluff. The schools just want to keep the students busy and under pressure. I guess they figure that's preparation for the real world.
The real world can be tough. Why not teach them how to cope with it?
They would be better teaching the skills necessary to cope with it instead. Good exam marks mean nothing if the students can't cut it after graduation. I also think universities should offer more real work experience and on-the-job training.
Well, that's got to help.
Talking about culture shock.
Mr. Chan, you've been living in Canada for more than 3 years now. Do you feel differently about the culture now than when you first arrived?
Not really. I mean, Canada is basically as I expected. Well, perhaps a little colder.
So, didn't you come up against the dreaded culture shock?
No. I was quite familiar with Western culture before I left home, and I have kept an open mind about things.
So, an open mind can help to prevent culture shock?
Help? It's the only way, my friend. If one is prepared to learn and grow and appreciate different people and what they can offer, there should be no shock involved. There are always things to adjust to, but that's life.
So what would you recommend for someone preparing to take a trip to China?
Read up on Chinese culture. It goes back a long way. Don't take things personally when they occur. Just keep in mind that people in a different country may have a different way of doing things. And most importantly, be willing to learn. By learning from different cultures, one can only benefit.
Talking about courtesy.
Miss, would you like to go in front of me?
Why, thank you.
Hang on, buddy. We're all back here waiting. How can you let that woman jump the queue like that?
I'm just being courteous.
To who? It might be a nice gesture for her, but now the rest of us all have to wait even longer. That wasn't very courteous, was it, Buster?
I never even thought of that.
Speak nicely. Anyway, I'm not moving now.
How may I help you?
I'd like 2 tickets to Star Wars, please.
That's $14 cash.
Cash?
This line is for cash only.
But I only have a credit card.
Then you'll have to go to the end of the other queue.
When you let me into the line, you didn't offer me the courtesy of telling me this was the cash-only line.
Maybe someone in the other line will let you jump the queue, but don't count on it.
Talking about fashion.
Did you see the fashion awards last night?
I sat through about half of it, but they lost me after that.
Not interested?
Not really, to be honest. Some of what they call fashion looks terrible to me.
But they are showing what will be all the rage next year.
All the rage with whom? I never see anyone wearing these designs on the street.
Did you know that fashion is cyclical?
What? It keeps coming back?
Precisely. For example, flares were popular for a while, then went out of fashion. Now we can start to see them coming back in again.
Flares?
They are also known as bell-bottoms. They are a type of trouser.
It's too complicated. I'll just stick to the plain clothes.
That's fine, but then you'll always look plain.
Talking about advertising.
Good. The ad break has come. I have to run off to the bathroom.
Be quick then.
Are you joking? The commercials go for ages. The breaks are getting longer and longer.
Well, without the ads, we wouldn't have TV. The money that goes into TV advertising is what pays for TV itself. Without ads, the TV studios wouldn't have any money to make programs.
What about cable TV? In the US, you can pay to watch TV stations that don't show ads.
I don't think I'm prepared to pay to watch TV. It's just not worth it. I'll just sit through a few ads occasionally and wait for them to finish. Speaking of which, they just have. I hope you can hold on till the next ad break.
Talking about privacy.
I have something to say. Brad and I are getting married.
Congratulations!
Indeed.
What? That was supposed to be a secret.
That's okay. We're all family here.
But I wanted to surprise everyone at once. Now you've ruined it for me.
Well, I didn't know you wanted to keep it a secret. You never said anything.
I shouldn't need to. We're about to get married, you know. You should understand me better.
You shouldn't hide things from your family. I just did you a favor.
Okay, let me do you one. Everyone, Karen's dad just left her mum for another woman.
Brad, how could you do that? I'm speechless.
Hey, how does it feel? Do you have any more favors to do me?
Only one. Everyone, the marriage is off.
Oh.
Talking about celebrities.
Danny, did you know that Andy Lowe was seen in public with a girl 10 years younger than him?
I don't care.
Did you know that Tom Cruise moved in with another lady only weeks after splitting up with Nicole Kidman?
I don't care.
It says here that one of the members of Savage Garden is in drug rehabilitation.
I don't care.
It also says that
Look, I just don't care. I have enough to worry about in my life without concerning myself with the lives of a few rich people who I haven't even met before.
Don't you find any of this interesting?
No, I don't. If they were the neighbors, you wouldn't take such an interest in their private lives. Why are celebrities such big news?
They just are. Reading about the difficulties famous people face in their lives makes us feel better about our own lives. Don't you agree?
My life is fine as it is. I have enough to concern myself with.
Okay, I just have one more thing to say. Did you know that Arnie has gone in for heart surgery?
No, I didn't. Now that is interesting.
Talking about showbiz.
You were right. The live show was much better.
It's more exciting to see something done for real.
I have a complaint, though. Some of the lead actors forgot their lines. It really messed up the performance at the beginning. If they can remember their lines, it would make an even better show.
Well, from the curtain going up till the final encore, I have no complaints. I would even consider coming back for another show.
A live performance is pretty expensive, though. We should at least see something different. I've heard that the lighting and effects in Phantom of the Opera are not to be missed.
Okay, Phantom of the Opera it is.